The sanctity of life. When we say sacred, it is something that is to believe to be holy and to have a special connection with God. And when we say life, it is the existence of an individual human being or an animal. The life that we have is sacred. It is said to be sacred because God created us. From the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 27, it says, "So God created man on his own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them." The life that God has given us must be cherished and must always be respected. We have been given intelligence and a will of being capable of knowing and loving God and to be with Him for all eternity. The life that we have has an intrinsic and unconditional worth given by God, our Creator, and therefore, no one has a right to take his own life and the life of an innocent person, and never at any point in time from conception until natural death. We Catholics do not support abortion as a solution to an unwanted or accidental pregnancy, human cloning, death penalty, nor euthanasia or assisted suicide as a solution to unrelenting physical pain and to the capital punishment, since we believe in the sanctity of human existence. We are pro-life. From Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 and the church text from United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, Economic Justice for All, number 28. It says, "The basis for all that the Church believes about the moral dimensions of economic life is its vision of the transcendent worth, the sacredness of human beings, the dignity of the human person, realized in community with others, is a criterion against which all aspects of economic life must be measured. All human beings, therefore, are ends to be served by the institutions that make up the economy, not means to be exploited for more narrowly defined goals. Human personhood must always be respected with a reverence that is religious. When we deal with each other, we should do so with the sense of awe that arises in the presence of something holy and sacred. For that is what human beings are. We are created in the image of God. All life exists for God's purposes, and all human lives are equally sacred. It is our belief that human life is blessed of God and must be preserved and nurtured. All human beings, regardless of race, gender, age, mental capacity, or physical condition, born or unborn, rich or poor, educated or not, young or old, it always reflects on God's image. Human life is sacred because ultimately it belongs to God. Human beings were created to reflect in His glory. It is His by right of creation, and for those who have professed faith in Christ's sacrificial death and resurrection by virtue of redemption. No greater value than this can be assigned to human existence. The incarnation of God's own Son fully affirms the sacredness of human life. Jesus commanded us to love others as we love ourselves, and to care for those who are suffering does not allow followers of Christ to be unconcerned or cavalier about those who are experiencing suffering and misery. However, in doing so, we Christians are to acknowledge the spiritual dimension of human life, recognizing that God and only God can and may use suffering for an ultimate spiritual benefit, and through that, for His own glory. It is because human life is sacred. We strive to be intentional agents of God's love and compassion for those who find themselves in difficult, unwanted circumstances, as well as those suffer pain as a result of illness, injury, injustice, or oppression. We shall strive to alleviate these conditions wherever possible, to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, and to share God's invitation to find meaning and purpose in life through a personal relationship with Him by faith in Jesus Christ. We renew our commitment to proclaim the gospel to those who have not yet responded to Christ's work, and to discover the full meaning of the sanctity of life as we fellowship with all the redeemed in the praise and worship of God forever. Matthew chapter 5 verse 21 verse 22. It is clearly said that you have heard that it was said to those of old, "You shall not murder, and whoever murders will be liable to judgment." But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whoever says "you fool" will be liable to the hell of fire. Brothers and sisters, always remember this passage from the book chapter 12 verse 10. It says, "In His hand is the life of every living thing and the breath of all humankind."